Alright, welcome to another episode of Pain with a guy who can barely fly a plane. I didn't intend for that to rhyme, but it just kind of happened.
Welcome aboard American Airlines. Please place
We
all
are
your
going to LaGuardia from DCA. I'm going to just go ahead and shut all that down there. Let's get ourselves seated here. I've gotten the... we're loading, and I've got the... I did a configuration change, so I actually am going to waylay my real iPad for this flight, and I'm going to use the actual built-in EFB, so, you know, the level of sacrifice that I go through is truly unparalleled. It'll sort of give a little bit more context to what I'm doing during the flight, so I'm willing to kind of, you know, put that aside to just have a better video, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so I have not programmed the box, so we'll do that now. FMGC over here, Atsuan over here. We've got the non-hairdryer engines here. Nav database is good. We'll init that. Bring it in from the company. We'll check our load sheet. 24.9 and 10 on takeoff, which is basically MINS because I do not have an alternate. We're going to LaGuardia, it's VFR. Plenty of other airports in the area. I just take 15 minutes of extra gas, and that's good enough. Alright, so, flight number. I'm going to do a lot of switching like this. Flight number is... God, it's a small difference. 1227. AAL 1227. Boom. Cost index, I put 50 in there, and we're cruising at 210. Very, very short flight, so very low cruising altitude. We'll bring the winds in to get an accurate VNAV. That looks good. We'll go to our flight plan page. DCA is in a north flow, which is why this is mildly interesting departure, because you have the, I'll show the charts later, but we're going off runway 1. And I believe it's the Doctor. Yeah, Doctor 5 A-Guard transition. We'll insert that, and then the arrival into LaGuardia is Proud 2 and 3-1. And just double checking here, if I go back to Navigraph, I already did this setup ahead of time. It's the GPS X-ray to 3-1, which is going to be brought on from Pachu. So just kind of remember Pachu there. So X-ray 3-1, Proud 2. I already forgot that part. Speak. And it's via Veras. I remember that from, I just flew this approach the other day, so we'll insert that. It's going to have a disco. Yeah, there's going to be a disco. I will go direct Veras well before we ever get to Proud. It's just the way that the approaches line up, but I don't want to clear the disco because he wouldn't do that in real life, so I'm just going to leave it in there, and when I can see that we're on the arrival, I'll actually show the chart. So, if you look at the inset here, Pachu is the IF, and they've got an inset, which is this guy here. So Pachu's here, Veras is where we're going to pick it up, which is basically, if you look at the flight plan in the box, you can actually kind of see how Pachu is there. You can see Proud, and then there's this double up here. That's Veras. You can't read it. It's real confusing when you're... It really threw me off the other day. But basically, once you pass Jersey, you can basically just go direct to Veras. In fact, just to give myself a bit of SA, I'm going to do fix info on that. And It is Jerzy, correct? Well, just accept and return that. I don't care about that shit. Jer Zulu Yankee, yeah. And I think that's all I need to do. I think it'll... it did not. I'm just going to put like a 5-mile little radius around it just to give it something to make it stand out in the box. That'll be a little clue. I don't think it actually shows on the plan mode. Oh no, it does. Yeah, I just saw it. I don't think it needs to be 5. I should probably change that 5 miles. Because it's... actually, I'm going to do that because it's really... Just make that 1. Okay. So that's all set up. We're good to go there. Back to the Atsu over here. So we're ready for our final numbers. So that's all set up. We did our flight plan. Let's do our secondary. Which would be a return to runway 1 on the ILS. No star. And temp is 7. QNH is basically standard. Close to it. And the winds... 300 at 12 gust 20, so 300 at 12. And that's all good. RadNav, we don't need anything there, and we will wait for our final numbers for init. And for the departure, I'm literally reaching over, you can't see it, but I'm reaching over for my actual iPad, which is I've made just out of reach to reinforce that I can't use it. Back to Navigraph, the DCA charts, we will get the Dr. 5 up, and we're looking for a top altitude on that SID, which is 5,000. Alright, that's all looking good. Let's see how our loading is going here. Come on. Oh god, I don't know where I'm going. 133, we're basically done, so let's get the APU going. We can do the the cockpit preparation checklist. Gear pins and covers are remove. Fuel quantity is 10.6. So let's just double check that it's balanced. It is. And the seat belts are on. Aviators are nav. Barrel ref is 29901. And looking at our numbers are fine. All matches send to the MCDU. 10.7, 10.7, close enough, and just verifying on our OFP that we should have 10.7. We have, yeah, close enough. Right, and let's see here, we'll need to get our numbers. 1 dry, we'll use 1F, packs on, sync that load sheet, the weather, calculate it up, 33, 5 and 5, 1 and 56, we'll send that to the MCDU. And that is all in there and matches. Final load sheet looks good. We will accept that. The flight plan page up. APU is available, but we don't have it here yet. So I know that if I hit this button right now, it's going to do bad things to me. So I will wait until it shows there. And now I will select it and start the clock for the bleed air. Alright, one thing we did not brief before we leave, we want to make sure we know where we're going, so let's go ahead and check the ground chart for DCA. This is going to be a pretty simple taxi. We're going to push out of here, either spot 3 or 4, depending on what they get us, and we'll taxi via Juliet, so we'll probably kind of do a little zigzag deal here. I don't know if this lines up, but we'll get on either Kilo and then Juliet, or cross Kilo and then Juliet. But just take Juliet all the way down to runway 1, and we'll depart runway 1, pull up the Doctor 5. The biggest threat here is missiles. So as you can see, we're going to depart runway 1, and I'll read the description here. Climb on a 007 heading to intercept course 331 to Rev G, cross Rev G at or above 1,500, at or below 220 knots, then on track 310 to Bevel, 338 to Cov 2, 344 to Alex, 050 to Dog at or above 4 and below 250 knots, 106 to Rise, 101 to Doctor at or above 5. Basically, the premise that you really want to know here, don't go here, because that is the capital, and don't go here, that's the White House. So bad. So basically, right after departure, it's an immediate turn to fly that course to Rev G, and so it's just really important not to stray on the to the north side of the river and end up into P56, because you know, bad things can happen. So yeah, that's the big thing there. So the taxi out's gonna be pretty easy. No other real threats. The weather's good. Airplane's healthy. Oh, I forgot. I did it again. Oh, no, wrong one. Config, failures, all high. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're good. Let's get the beacon on. And let's get mode C going. And leave that there. Leave that on above. Alright. Looking good.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Hi. Before start checklist, ACARS and AOC config is complete. Ooh, no, is it? Hold on. Standby 1. I didn't start that. That is actually not an item that's on the real checklist. I have that on there because I always forget to start Volanta, and it's like kind of an official way of... it's an official way to remind myself, like...
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
That's going now. You couldn't see that happen, but I got it all set up. Alright, ACARS AOC config is complete. Park and brake is set. Speeds and thrusts, 33, 35, 35, flaps 1, flex 56. Windows and doors are all closed. Armed, no, because of the Fenix bug. We'll wait for that. Beacon is on before starts complete. I'm actually going to get terrain on just so I can see the water. And that's 3 minutes on the chrono, so I can get the AP bleed on. Clear that clock. Alrighty. Well, obviously, based on where we are, sorry about that, nose left.
Release parking brakes.
Brakes off.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alrighty. Ignition start is going to start. 28 PSI on both sides, turning 2.
The boarding door is now closed. Please turn off the motorway laptop.
Bleed air valves open.
Other large electronic
N2's coming up.
Also, please be reminded that any small handheld electronic devices such as cell phones, tablets, and smartwatches.
There's 20. Looking for 25.
If your tablet has a detachable keyboard, the keyboard must be detached for takeoff. We appreciate your cooperation with this request. Flight attendants, armed doors, and cross-checks stand by for all call.
There's the fuel flow. EGT's rising. Oil pressure's in the green. Ignition's off, bleed's closed.
Welcome aboard American Airlines. On behalf of the entire crew, we look forward to you are why we fly, and we're excited to get you to the people and places that matter.
Alright, that's available. We'll turn 1 now.
As we get you securely seated and
Bleed's open. N2's coming up.
Set parking brakes.
Brake set.
Your safety is important to
And
us.
coming
Please
up
pause for a
on
moment.
20,
Your
looking for
safety,
25.
Luggage and personal articles should be stowed either overhead or
Dude,
under
I
the
don't
seat
need
in
that
front of
up
you.
that loud. I really don't. 25. Fuel flow. EGT. Slowly coming up.
Unlocking gear.
Oil pressure is coming up.
U.S. law requires compliance with lighted and posted
And, alright. Bleed is.
All flights
Ignition's off,
Constructed
bleed's
connected.
closed.
Bypass pin removed.
against the law to tamper with, disable.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
This safety card in your seat pocket explains the safety features of flotation and operation of exits and flotation devices.
Alrighty. Veil on number 1. Ignition start is normal. Bleed off, APU off, auto brake max. And flaps 1. Trim is down 0.6. That's set. Looking for our dude. We'll give him a little flash to let him know we see the pin in his hand there. Looks good. Turn the dome light off. Turn our radar on. Takeoff config check. And hit the button for the spoilers. That's good. Alrighty. After start, anti-ice is not required. ECAM status is check. Pitch trim is 0.6 units down. Rudder trim is 0. And just a little reminder here, we're looking for Juliet, so join Juliet however we gotta get there. Brake check. Clear left, clear right. So yeah, we'll just join Juliet. Up here, there's Juliet. Alrighty, let's do a flight control check. Full aft. Neutral, full forward. Neutral, full left. Neutral, full right. Neutral, rudder. Full right. Neutral, full left. Neutral. Yep. No message? Cool, thanks. Alright. Flight, correction, tax check. Flight controls check. Flap setting config 1+F. Radar and PWS are on and auto. Mode selectors normal. ECAM memos take off no blue. Alrighty, lineup check. Runway 1 is in the computer. Runway 1 is on the ground. Final is clear. TCAS is TARA. PAX on. Lineup check complete. Let's light it up. Alrighty, let's rock and roll. Standard up 1.05 EPR. Stable. Manflex 56 SRS, runway autothrust blue. Power set. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Nav. Aggressive. Don't need that anymore. Thrust climb, climb auto thrust. Flap 0, speed checks. And not super talkative, sorry about that, but just kind of flying the flight directors, just hand flying it. Accelerate. Our final is 210, so I'll just set that now. Alright, I think I'll let Auto have some fun. Autopilot 1 is on. And you can see how short of a flight it is. It's flight level 210 is as high as we're going to get. And we're going to get there, and then descent is right there. So this is like a... I'm not even going to turn the seatbelts off. I mean, I just leave it on. There's not, this flight's so short, there's not going to be any service. So I'll just leave it where it is. And I'll probably stop recording here, and then I'll pick it up on the arrival into LaGuardia when we get close to the RNAV for 3-1. So thanks for watching.